Hello, I'm Ralph Ginorio. I've been an educator for about a quarter of a century, and I hope that Janet McGeachin will be our next governor, and I hope, therefore, that what your task force is doing in regards to education will matter. I have a few recommendations that I'm offering from the informal environment of my den because I was only told about this at the last minute. Laura Van Voorhees was kind enough to give me an invitation to speak to you, so I'm trying to do so now. It is not enough to be against critical race theory. It is not enough to be against social and emotional learning curricula. It is not enough to be against analogs of what Coeur d'Alene School District 271 has produced, Portrait of a Graduate. It's not enough to be against all of these psychosocial educational theories that have been plaguing education since John Dewey 100 years ago. We have to stand for something as conservatives who want good schools and graduates who know something of value. Here are 4 recommendations for you. First, restore Western civilization to the curriculum. Add a requirement that all high school graduates in the state of Idaho must pass at the freshman or sophomore level a year of history of Western civilization. The United States did not spring like Athena out of the forehead of Zeus. The United States came from a tradition going back thousands of years that draw from the Greeks, the Romans, the Judeo-Christian tradition, and the habits of the Germans that conquered Western Roman Empire. We in the West not only landed men on the moon, not only cured polio, not only produced the internet and the modern lifestyle and industrialism and the republic. We in the West uniquely believe that God created men who created government, not the other way around. We believe in the dignity of human conscience and the inalienable rights of each individual to live as their conscience dictates within the broadest scope. So, require that students understand where America comes from. 1 year of Western civilization. Number 2, the teacher training system that we've been operating under, involving certification from university education programs, is nonsense. Scrap it all. Replace it with an apprenticeship system. Aspiring teachers should have to demonstrate content knowledge by taking the equivalent of a graduate GRE exam in their content. Once they establish that they are masters of their content knowledge, they should serve a year or 2 in part-time and with a while as full-time apprentices, working side by side with teachers in schools, learning how the craft works from the inside. Most teachers will admit that the theoretical education that they have received in college pedagogy courses is nonsense. Have an apprenticeship, 1 year or 2 years, where young and old who want to become teachers can do so. I used to work at a research facility for Bristol Myers Squibb, and I knew world-class research scientists who desperately wanted to become teachers, but they couldn't jump through the stupid set of hoops. Eliminate the hoops, replace it with an apprenticeship system that can draw talent from corporate America and from universities. Number 2. Number 3, the bureaucracy of education is like a cancer that is growing out of control. If school districts in Idaho eliminated the district and state bureaucrats that establish standards and micromanage assessment and curriculum and manage professional learning communities where teachers are smashed into collectives where the lowest common denominator idea works, get rid of common assessments, and restore autonomy to classrooms and building principals, where teachers have goals, where students have goals, but where teachers are free to innovate how they themselves can get their students there. And instead place some of those resources that now go to the salaries and resources of bureaucrats to a real class of paraprofessional educational technicians who can become long-term professionals, who can work side by side with teachers, with students who have special needs, who can work side by side with teachers in a meaningful relationship, much like Army officers and senior and mid-level non-commissioned officers have in the military. If you did that, reallocate away from bureaucrats and their nonsense towards classroom paraprofessionals and professionals, Idaho education would work. So restore Western civilization as a graduation requirement, or add it for the very first time. Revise how teachers are trained, and eliminate the bureaucracy and its products, and instead empower classroom teachers and create a class of empowered paraprofessionals in order to give teachers someone to partnership for the sake of improving the lot of students who face special challenges. It's a big order. It would take guts and vision to offer something like that, but it would give you and Governor McGeachin a distinct conservative approach to education rooted in practicality that might appeal to Idaho voters and would certainly benefit Idaho's students. Thank you very much.